When I look at an Infiniti, it sort of reminds me of a Grand Seiko watch. You don't buy a Grand Seiko to show off, you don't buy a Grand Seiko to impress. You're never an exhibitionist when you wear a Grand Seiko and walk into a restaurant. Instead, you wear a Grand Seiko to share the joy and passion and perhaps even history and memories of why you own one. When you drive an Infiniti, it's sort of almost the same. You share the rationale and functionality of owning one. It's never about impressing, it's never about showing off how much wealth you have. It's the sort of brand that makes you the kind of driver who knows what you are looking for and knows what you want in life or in a car perhaps, whether or not it's price, features or style-wise. And you can see it from here with its creased sheet metal, purposeful stance and bold front fascia. The Infiniti QX50 that you see here today is an eye-catching SUV that goes against the more popular and serious contenders like the Audi Q5, the BMW X3 and the Mercedes-Benz GLC. But this car here could well be more than just a pretty face. The Infiniti QX50 is priced from $188,800 to this $198,800 for this Pro Active variant. The 2-litre variable compression turbo engine produces 268 brake horsepower and 380 Nm of torque. The 8-speed CVT transmission brings the QX50 from 0 to 100 km/h in just 8.3 seconds. For more details on the Infiniti QX50 or any other car, head on to sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on the next car. So for instance, it actually scores really well on boot space. Now, while most of its peers in its class would probably offer between 400 and 600 litres worth of hauling capacity, the Infiniti QX50 offers 881 litres. Yes, 881 litres. I know it's ridiculous. I feel the same way too, but I mean, it's real, right? It passes the auntie's trolley's length test, it passes the check-in luggage test. Whatever test you put it to, I'm pretty sure it's going to do pretty well. I mean, think about it, with 881 litres, you could fit 3 of me inside, with room to spare. There are some important things to note as well. I mean, apart from just sheer size and space of this portion here, Infiniti included these handles to knock down the rear seats. So that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, it's not electric, so that sort of tones down the whole premium feel of the car. You do have hooks here to hook your barang-barang and an electric thing here, which I suspect is for the rear view camera. But all in all, I would say, good job, man. Now, getting in the car, despite it being an SUV, is actually quite easy. I mean, it actually feels a lot lower than it should be, so it's quite easy for ingress and egress, so to speak. These seats are really comfortable, really soft. The seat in front has been adjusted to John's sitting position, so despite that, I'm still getting a lot of space. Headroom wise, needless to say, it's an SUV. But I think what's really interesting is that because the seats are so soft and nice and comfy and the transmission tunnel right here is down low, I suspect the guy who's sitting in the center would still be very comfortable. And it doesn't really happen very often because a lot of car makers have the center seat in a really tough, harder sort of material, but this is just bouncy and nice. Oh cool, it comes with ISOFIX as well, so perfect for the family. Right here, if I pull this down, you get 2 cup holders and a slot here, which I think it could be for your phone. Could be. You have aircon vents, perfect for Singapore weather. USB port right here. What's cool is that you can also adjust the temperature for your air conditioning system at the back. Elsewhere, everything feels good to the touch. You've got wooden trims here, micro suede. All these are all like micro suede, almost feels like Alcantara, or it could be Alcantara, I could be wrong, but it's definitely good to the touch. It definitely enhances the car's luxurious feel. Even the buttons feel very good to the touch, but doesn't roll all the way down. I don't like it. Can't look cool on a sunny weather like this. All right, man. To the front. All right. Now the cabin. It doesn't feel magnificent. You know, you come in and you don't go like, whoa, this is so cool. It doesn't feel that way. Instead, it's still very understated. Like I said before, right? I mean, you don't buy this car to impress. You don't buy this car to show off your wealth. You don't buy this car to be an exhibitionist. So it's more like the kind of car you buy for yourself, your culture, your humility, your character. And it's everything here, right? I mean, it feels good to the touch. The only complaint I do have for the past couple of days is that this thing is just not working for me. There are a lot of car makers that are doing dual screens layout now. JLR is doing it, Mercedes-Benz is doing it, and Infiniti has been doing it for a while now. But I think Mercedes-Benz is still the best in its class with its two stretched out 12.3 inch, very easy to use, and that just really mind-blowing. But this kind of feels a little bit dated, and it feels a little pointless because the top one only showcases the GPS, and the bottom one is all the climate control, audio, drive selector, so and so forth. And this little circular knob right here adjusts not this, the main one, but it adjusts only the GPS. I don't really find that useful because I think more often than not I'll be meddling with this instead of this. The bad thing about this as well is it kind of feels a little lag. It doesn't have that iPhone smoothness to it. There's always a little bit of like, feels a little yesteryear. But get this, where Infiniti lacks, it more than makes up for with its comfortable as hell seats, really soft and supple, the micro suede thing going on right here, wooden trims, this straightforward leather swath dashboard. These are the sorts of things that you have to live with every day. I mean, and I really enjoy it because it even comes with my personal favorite. I mean, there's ventilated seats for once, finally. It's been a lot of test cars that didn't come with it, so this sort of feels fresh. Auto hold function. It feels good. Only question is, does it drive as good as it feels? Well, one way to find out. So the Infiniti QX50, it kind of brings back memories, you know, like it reminds me of how I used to be when I first started out as an automotive journalist about 10, 11 years ago. It brings back the basics of what driving a proper SUV really is. I mean, yes, you know how SUVs of today is now all about, space. You got to bring your family from point to point in a very safe manner. Yeah, I mean, the QX50 does exactly that, but I think it adds on that one more point of being a driver's car. It reminds me that you're not going to die inside quietly driving an SUV. You know, all that mundane, boring SUVs that you've got to pilot from place to place with a family, with a crying kid behind. You're like, I don't really want to do this anymore. But this just makes it a little bit more exciting for the driver. Now, the car pumps out some 268 brake horsepower, some 380 Newton meters of torque. I don't really remember the figures exactly, but somewhat there. It doesn't really matter because the car just goes like the wind once the turbo kicks in. Now, turbo kicks in is about 2,005, 3,000 RPM, thereabouts, in between. And once it hits a very sweet spot, it just keeps going and going and going. You feel like the car has got ample lungs to just swallow the tarmac. But here's what's really intriguing, to me at least. When I first saw the car, I thought, this is going to be another one of those cars that all show, no go. It looks good, in my opinion at least, but it probably wouldn't be nice to drive. And gotta say, I'm wrong. This car, I think it has got a lot to do with what Infiniti calls the variable compression turbocharged engine. Now, this is a 2-litre 4-pot engine. It feels like a 3-litre V6 on the fly. It just feels like a 3-litre V6, not even like a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine. This variable compression maximizes power and fuel efficiency. Now, I can't really say I did very well for my fuel efficiency because I didn't really try driving efficiently, so to speak. So I'm getting 7.6 kilometers per liter, which is way far from what the spec sheet stated. I think it must have stated 12 point something or something. I don't know, I can't remember. But the point is 7.6 kilometers per liter is rubbish, but the drive is not. And that makes it so likable. But I do have some complaints. This car is the top of the line QX50 Sensory with Proactive. Now, this whole Proactive is a suite of safety systems that just really annoys me. Like, poof. It comes with blind spot monitoring system, it comes with like cross traffic alert, it comes with a whole lot of stuff. I feel like I don't need this because every time I switch lanes, get this, it starts beeping. Hear that? I don't know why. There are no cars in my blind spot. This is nothing. I mean, I don't know why it keeps beeping. It's good to have, I suppose. I mean, driving a car as big as this, I mean, you want to know whether there's a car beside you, but not every time I change lanes. It just... Good thing is, when it comes to handling, well, body roll is inevitable. You still feel the heft of the car. It's heavy, but at least the steering wheel is communicative. You kind of know where you're going. It's more like a point and shoot sort of thing. And because it's so precise, you feel confident when you're darting in and out of traffic. And the car is actually equipped with an 8-speed CVT. I don't know why they call it 8-speed. They should have just called it CVT, period. Good thing is, you don't get the rubber band feeling. You don't get the droning that's often associated with CVT transmission. So it kind of helps you a lot when you're darting in and out of traffic because you don't feel like the car is working very hard to just find the right cock, the right transmission. It just goes, it just shoots and goes. So will buy, won't buy, or go try the Infiniti QX50? Well, for me, it's a straight up will buy. Very simple. And I say this for very logical reasons. I mean, yes, I don't really like the whole safety systems thing because it's annoying. I don't really like the infotainment systems here because it's laggy and it's yesteryear, it's rubbish, but these aren't everyday things. Of course, you could argue that the safety system is an everyday thing and meddling with the climate control could be an everyday thing, but it's easy to meddle with the climate control, right? And once you're there, you don't really have to meddle with it all the time. It's the everyday thing that really gets to me. Like, for example, getting in and out of the car, it's a breeze for a short fart like me. Like, literally. The car is down low, despite its huge size, dimensions, so it's very forgivable. It rides well, very supple. It's got the sort of performance that wouldn't make you fall asleep, won't make you quietly die inside. Ample space, got 881 litres, mind you, boot space, which is easily the best in not only its class, it's probably the best in the classes above it. It's got my favourite ventilated seats, it's got auto hold function, it's plush, lush, it feels good to the touch. I mean, what's not to like, right? So these are the everyday things that I've got to deal with, and the QX50 just hands it to me on a silver platter. So yes, it's definitely a will buy. So there you have it, guys. This is the review of the Infiniti QX50. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed driving it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to comment in the comment box below and tell us whether or not you will buy, won't buy, or go try this Infiniti QX50. Also, feel free to hit the bell notification button so that you'll be notified every time we upload new videos. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, till next time.